This video will review the text structure anchor chart. This is the complete anchor chart. It includes the different text structures, the definition, signal words, graphic organizer, and a visual example. The first text structure is description. So description, we're going to tell all about something. We're going to use signal words such as, for example, such as, looks like, or for instance. A graphic organizer we might choose to use is a bubble map. And then, of course, the visual is you can describe the beautiful sunrise that is in the example box. The next text structure that we're going to talk about looks like two, but they are connected. Sequence has to do with step order, and chronological has to do with time order. They both have to do with order. Words you might expect to see: first, then, next, last, before, in the middle, or actually dates. You could see numbers, such as in the graphic organizers, you can see just a list of numbers. You can also see a flow chart, and you can also see a timeline. Now, a visual that I would use for sequence is a ladder. So you take steps up the ladder. And then a visual that I would use for chronological is a clock. Then we have compare and contrast. Now, comparing and contrasting is looking at similarities and differences, what's alike and what's not. Words you might see that signal that it's a comparing and contrasting kind of text. You might see words like differs from, similar to, and contrast, alike, or same. Now, you might be used to seeing a Venn diagram. The graphic organizer that I chose to show is a graphic organizer called the alike different organizer. So everything that's alike goes in a box, and then everything that's different, you pick different criteria that you want to look at, and then you would list them in the opposite boxes. So, for example, if you're looking at the examples in the visual box, let's look at the apple and the orange. So if we looked at likenesses, of course, they're both fruit. If we looked at differences, perhaps we could go for color. Well, one is red and one is orange. Perhaps we could do taste. Maybe one is more sweet to you and maybe one is more tart. So we would be looking at different criteria for compare and contrast. For cause and effect is there's an inciting incident, and then the effect is what happens after that. Words you might expect to see: caused by, effect, result, because, outcome, impact, reasons. When there was a big storm that rolled through the other night, it impacted us because we lost electricity. So the graphic organizer I chose is simply one that lists the cause, and then it can also list several effects, what might have happened. Similar to dominoes in our visual example, if you line up your dominoes and set them up just right, if you push one, it causes a chain reaction and it causes the others to fall down. And that's the effect. Problem solution is our last text structure that we're going to look at. So a problem solution text gives information about a problem specifically, and then it explains or offers one or more solutions. Words you might expect to see: challenge, dilemma, solution, answer, difficulty. The graphic organizer I chose to show you looks very similar to the cause and effect graphic organizer. It lists the problem and then offers several solutions. In our visual, our problem is spilled milk, and hopefully your solution is to clean it up immediately. No messes. And that is our anchor chart for text structure.